fixtures. Championship season drops in 9 minutes from now. All of that means we're speaking to James Luxford a bit earlier than normal, our movie critic from Stratford-upon-Avon, with their good, bad and on-demand choices for movie viewing in Coventry and Warwickshire this weekend. Morning, James.
Good morning.
I don't suppose you saw Little Amal. Did you in Stratford yesterday?
I didn't know, I'm afraid. No, not at all. I'm afraid we just trying to get through the heat, I think. We're just listening to that Thunder Fever chat with interest.
Yeah, and if you want to, if you did, like James, miss out on that, the wonderful puppet of Amal, the Syrian refugee, currently travelling Birmingham to Cheltenham, stopped off in Stratford-upon-Avon yesterday. Some wonderful footage of her with people out for a walk along the Bancroft Gardens yesterday on the BBC CWR Twitter feed for you this morning. Good, bad, on demand. Can't wait for you to reveal the good this morning, James, because this could well be one of the movie moments of the year, couldn't it?
It is. My good this week is Elvis in cinemas Friday. It's a musical based on the life of Elvis Presley, directed by Baz Luhrmann and starring Tom Hanks as his manager, Colonel Parker.
Without me, there would be no Elvis Presley.
Reverend once told me, things are too dangerous to say. Sing.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Elvis Presley.
We were only talking biopics a couple of weeks ago on the programme, James. This one is hugely anticipated and, doesn't disappoint, clearly.
No, I thought it was great. It's just a big, vibrant celebration of what Elvis meant to people, the extraordinary details of his life, of course, but also, I think, probably a celebration of the icon of the music and of the influences, the African-American artists who inspired his work rightfully get the plaudits, and as does, his incredible showmanship and the just, I suppose, unprecedented way he shook up popular culture. It's Baz Luhrmann, so visually think things like The Great Gatsby, Moulin Rouge, Romeo and Juliet. Just a very entertaining film and a great new star in Austin Butler, who, if anyone was born to play Elvis, it's him. He looks, sounds, moves exactly like him. It's extraordinary. Great fun.
I've never heard Aston Butler before, and then suddenly my social media has become full of little clips and snippets of this movie. I've just seen the last couple of days bill posters go up on, sort of bus stops. And this, where's he come from, Aston Butler? Because suddenly he's come from apparently nowhere to one of the, pivotal movie roles you imagine ever.
Yes, he's done bits and pieces as a child actor, and moving into adulthood. He's about 30 now. He had a small role in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but I think it's one of these things, just the right man for the right role. I think as soon as he was unveiled and started speaking to camera, he has that drawl to his voice. He has the look to his face, even without any makeup. And obviously, he had his hair done for the role. But even without that, you can see just someone who seemed to be just tailor-made for the role. And no, I suppose for most people it will be from obscurity. He has done a few things in TV and film, but this, I think, will propel him to another level.
It's going to be, like I say, one of the movie moments of the year. Elvis, it's opening in cinemas across Coventry and Warwickshire from tomorrow. That's the good. What's the bad?
My bad is Spiderhead on Netflix now. Chris Hemsworth plays the owner of a special facility that treats prison inmates with an experimental new drug.
Your presence in this facility, while technically a punishment, is a privilege.
Where have you been?
Drug study. In science, we have to explore the unknown.
They've been testing me up and down. A lot weirder stuff than usual.
This is new frontier stuff here.
Now, I really like Chris Hemsworth and the stuff he's done up until now, so why has this gone horribly wrong for him, James?
I think it's just a case of a great cast, but a very poorly thought out plot that doesn't go anywhere interesting for me and relies on the famous faces to elevate it. Miles Teller, who was in the recent Top Gun Maverick, is one of the inmates. And while both he and Hemsworth have great screen presence, there's only so much you can do with that decent plot or script. Just not for me, I'm afraid.
Okay, Spiderhead is out on Netflix now. Brings us to your on-demand pick for us, something we can watch on our streaming services at home. What have you gone for this week?
My on-demand is Moon on iPlayer Now. It's a classic sci-fi starring Sam Rockwell as a lone worker on the moon who makes a shocking discovery.
3 years is a long haul, you know.
I know you're really lonely up there, but I'm proud of you.
2 weeks to go, Sam.
2 weeks to go, buddy. I'm going home. Looks like we got a live one. I'm gonna go out.
Okay, Sam.
What's going on? Where did he come from? Why does he look like me?
You've been up here too long, man. You've lost your marbles.
2 weeks.
Yet another Moon drama. What's this one all about?
It's just tremendous, and this was one of the first of a new wave of low-budget sci-fi films starting in the late 2000s that did a lot with I suppose very little. I think it has a fraction of the budget of a your average Star Wars movie or your average Marvel movie, but just does so much with it. I think Sam Rockwell is just fantastic, given that he's largely in the film on his own. Directed by Duncan Jones, of course, David Bowie's son, who would go on to direct films like Source Code and Warcraft. But this is still one of his very best movies, in my opinion, and just a tremendous sci-fi movie. If you haven't caught it already, catch it now.
Moon. It's on the BBC iPlayer, available for you to watch this weekend. Any weekend plans yourself, James?
No, just enjoying the sun. I've been writing down those tips for Thunder Fever, and I'll be finding some of that balm to put under my eyes, I think.
Excellent. Good man. Thanks for coming on this morning. James Luxford, our movie critic, with us every Thursday. They're good, bad, on-demand choices for Coventry and Warwickshire films out in Coventry and Warwickshire, and that Elvis one will be something, I think, won't it? And certainly something that they'll be very interested to sort of hear what you make of it. You go and watch it, see it for yourself, and certainly will, I imagine, just reawaken the back catalogue of Elvis music. Don't be surprised if suddenly his songs start appearing in things like the iTunes chart and stuff like that, because of the high profile and prominence the movie will get. Right, coming up to 9 o'clock, Sky Blues fans, you're just minutes away from finding out the championship fixtures for the new 2022-23 season.
From the BBC Sounds app on your smart